I am Jadon Se, Golden Dragon of the third arc of consciousness, and this is a message from the dragon. Dear ones, this is a time that you should be jumping for joy, celebrating, for, as was mentioned in the last message of the dragon, you are being given back all of the libraries of information, records, stories, and detailed accounts of all of the human experiences here on this your Gaia. Yes, dear ones, the ones you thought that had been lost forever, the ones that were lost in your library of Alexandria, the ones that sank beneath the waves when your Atlantis was destroyed. Dear ones, when your Lemuria was scattered to the winds from, shall we say, heavenly objects falling from a broken moon. Yes, dear ones, you will learn so much about the beautiful history of humanity here on this your world, this your Gaia, that have been lost for so long. And as you hear these stories, they are not fiction, they are not fantasy, they are real records of human lifetimes, human achievements, human dramas. Dear ones, your civilization is about to get so much richer than you have ever imagined. You are being given back this great and kingly cosmic gift by Andronoff. Yes, this is a dragon energy coming from the stars. Some tens of thousands of years ago, it was seen that you would need this at this time, and this object was set into motion to come here and arrive right now. Yes, dear ones, this is a magical, beautiful time that you are going to learn to really enjoy. This message continues the last message, but with more information on how to get more direct downloads from this visitor, from this great storyteller. Let me give a brief refresher course for those of you who have either never heard this information or have forgotten about it. On this your Gaia, there are stones that are specifically placed around your earth. Yes, dear ones, there are megalithic structures that were crafted in the days of old. There is, you might call it, a grid work upon this your Gaia. Dragon lines. Yes, dear ones, there are different systems of grids here, and there is a special one, protected and created by dragons. Yes, dear ones, dragon lines. You have heard of ley lines. In some cases, ley lines and dragon lines are one and the same, but there are many hidden dragon lines. There are many specific dragon lines that have deep purpose. And now that Andronoff is here, it is time to activate very large portions of the dragon gridwork, you might say. Yes, dear ones, our gridwork will not be seen with pyramids and big structures and temples. No, dear ones, our gridwork is found on rock outcroppings. You will find beautiful dragon energies in the very stonework of this world, connected by a gridwork of dragon lines. And most of you are aware of some of these places. Your light workers call these vortexes, portals. Oftentimes they are very natural rocks, or seemingly natural rocks. And dear ones, the giveaway is when you see and feel dragon features in these rocks, when you feel dragon energies, when you see dragon faces, dragon eyes, wings, dragon aspects. You, dear ones, are more than likely, if you feel this, on a dragon line, perhaps at what we would call a dragon point. You might think them as nodes on a grid. However, this is a much more organic structure than a mathematical rectilinear grid that you might see in some geometry class. No, dear ones, this is more like a pattern that you might see on a living creature. Maybe, perhaps, on a tortoise's shell, or in the wings of a dragonfly, or in a sunflower seed. There are patterns that at work that you can feel into. You can sit upon a rock and feel its energies and feel its dragon qualities. Yes, dear ones. At this time, there are rivers of energy streaming, flowing, even flooding between this your Gaia and this object, this 3-eye atlas nerdy named object that is actually a dragon fossil. Yes, dear ones, dragon crystals, dragon fossil. Yes, there are deep records stored on this, your Andronoff. It is a dragon. It is guided to you by the Andromedan dragons, and it is here to restore the stories of humanity, as said in the last message. In this message, I am instructing you, if you are guided, to greatly accelerate your remembrance. I am instructing you to follow your heart, follow your intuition, to find the dragon lines nearest you. Just open yourself up to this and you will start to find your way to the dragon lines and the dragon points. These dragon points are most likely large rock outcroppings, very colorful and beautiful in some way, or very dragon-like in some way, and you will intuitively know that you are meant to go sit upon one of these rocks. Yes, dear ones, sit there, especially just before dawn, for when your sun rises, it is as if your Gaia is taking a deep breath inward. Yes, dear ones, it is like a great inhale of solar energies and star energies from these star rivers. And as she breathes in, there is this circulation of energies that runs through the dragon lines. It runs through the rock outcroppings. And if you are sitting there, especially if your hands and bare feet are touching the rocks at this time, these energies are running right through your beingness, and they carry memories, they carry information, they carry inspiration, they carry knowledge, they carry wisdom, they carry deep connection with your true self. Dear ones, there are gifts on their way to you that can be greatly accelerated by watching the sunrise on a dragon point. You can also, dear ones, simply lay flat on the ground wherever you are, especially if you feel that a dragon line is running through your area. You can even stand barefoot, hug a tree, whatever it is that you wish to do to ground, to deeply ground. These energies are not only flowing at dawn, although that is their most potent time. Sunrise is the most potent time for these energies. They are flowing all the time, even under the moon, under the stars. Your world is ringing like a bell with these new energies, dear ones, and you have only to quiet yourself, have only to ground yourself, have only to take care of yourself emotionally, physically, and, dear ones, just grow quiet and receive these gifts. Between now and your next calendar year, the next sometime around mid-January, These gifts will be streaming in. They are streaming in right now, and they are only growing in strength and tempo. Yes, dear ones, they will reach a high point, a crescendo, if you will, sometime around late November. Yes, dear ones, take these gifts. If they are not absorbed by you directly, fear not, they will be stored in the records of the dragon lines. They will be available at all of the dragon points on this your world for accessing. You just may need to learn a few more skills and remember a few of your abilities to access them later on. It is much easier now to simply absorb them. Welcome them in. You can even direct which ones come to you. Dear Andronoff, I would like to know more about my star families. Dear Andronoff, I would like to know more about my soul mission here on this your Gaia, on this world. Dear Andronoff, I would like to know more about dragons, or I would like to know more about Atlantis, or Egypt. How were the pyramids made? Any question you have, dear ones, any of the lost knowledge that you thirst for can be gained at this time. Be gentle with yourselves and just be as quiet as you can and listen for the whispers. Pay attention to your daydreams. Pay attention to your nighttime dream times. Pay attention to your sudden ideas and inspirations. Pay attention to any visions or epiphanies you have. They are all carrying truth at this time. You may think this is just imagination. No, dear ones, there is a deep truth coming through to you in every one of these cases. Just open up to it. These times are beautiful. This is a time for celebration. The legacy and history and grand story of this your Gaia, your world, and human civilizations is coming back to light. It is coming home where it belongs. It belongs here, in the records of this your world, and in the records of your own heart. I am Jadon Se, in love with these stories, in love with the greatness of the human experience, and in love with the beauty of this your Gaia.